I built the exact same automation 3 times. Once in Zapier, once in Make, once in n8n. Same workflow. The cost difference? Zapier charged me $89 a month. n8n cost me $4. Same result. That's the entire video in one number. But which one you should actually use depends on 3 things nobody tells you. And the third one, n8n self-hosted, is the one I run every single day for client work that prints money. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the real decision in under 8 minutes, with the actual workflows, the actual pricing math, and the exact moment each tool falls apart. Because everybody reviews these on features. Features don't matter. What matters is when you hit the wall, and all 3 have a wall. Let me show you the automation I rebuilt in all 3. So this is concrete and not theory. The workflow, a new lead fills out a form. I want to enrich that lead with company data, score them with GPT, write a personalized first email, and drop them into a CRM with a Slack ping if they're high value. 5 steps. This is the bread and butter automation that agencies charge $2,000 to set up. Start with Zapier. Zapier wins on one thing, and one thing only, speed to live. You open Zapier, you type, when form submitted, it shows you the trigger, you click your form, done. Each step is a drop-down. No thinking. The GPT step is literally a box where you paste your prompt. I had this running in 11 minutes with 0 documentation. That's the magic. That's also the trap. Because Zapier charges per task. Every single step that runs is a task. My 5-step workflow? That's 5 tasks per lead. Get 500 leads a month and you're at 2,500 tasks. On their plan, that's the $89 tier. And the second you add a filter or a loop, you jump again. Zapier is a taxi meter. Great for the first mile. Brutal at scale. So who should use Zapier? You. If you're non-technical, you have under 1,000 tasks a month, and your time is worth more than the subscription. A founder validating an idea this week. A freelancer wiring up one client. Pay the tax, ship today, move on. Don't overthink it. Now Make, formerly Integromat. This is where it gets interesting. Make charges per operation too, but operations are cheaper and the pricing is roughly 5 to 10 times more generous than Zapier for the same volume. That same 500 lead workflow that cost me $89 in Zapier, around $9 to $16 in Make. But the real reason to use Make is the canvas. Instead of a vertical list, you get a visual map. Modules connected by lines. And here's the payoff. You can see your data flow. When something breaks, Make shows you the exact bundle that failed, the exact field, the exact value. In Zapier, you're guessing. In Make, you're pointing. Let me give you the concrete build. New form submission triggers the scenario. You add an HTTP module to hit an enrichment API, Clearbit, or Apollo, and pull company size. Then a router. The router splits your flow. High-value leads go one path. Everyone else goes another. That branching is painful in Zapier. In Make, you just drag a router and draw 2 lines. The high-value path runs the GPT scoring, writes the email, posts to Slack. The other path just files them quietly. That router is the moment Zapier users defect. The first time you need real logic. Branching, iterating over an array, aggregating results. Make is dramatically better and dramatically cheaper. This is my recommendation for 90% of people watching. Technical enough to think in steps, not technical enough to host servers. Make is the sweet spot. But I told you the third one is what I run daily. n8n. n8n is open source. You can use their cloud, or, and this is the whole game, you self-host it. I run n8n on a $5 a month server. A tiny droplet on Hetzner or DigitalOcean. And here's the part that breaks the entire pricing model of the other two. When you self-host n8n, there are no per-task fees. None. That same lead workflow can run 10,000 times or 100,000 times. My cost doesn't move. It's $4 to $5, flat, forever. Let that land. The exact automation costing $89 a month in Zapier costs me the price of a coffee in n8n. At agency scale, running automations for 10 clients. That's the difference between $1,000 a month in tool fees and basically zero. That spread is your profit margin. And n8n isn't a toy. The same workflow, form trigger, HTTP enrichment node, an if node for branching, an OpenAI node for scoring and email copy, a Slack node, an Airtable or Postgres node for the CRM. It does everything Make does. Plus it has a code node where you can drop in raw JavaScript or Python when the no-code blocks aren't enough. You're never trapped. Here's the real-world money angle nobody talks about. If you do client automation work, n8n is the move because you can self-host an instance for each client on their own server. You're not reselling someone's subscription. You own the deployment. You charge a setup fee and a monthly retainer, and your actual cost is server money. I've seen people run a 5-figure-a-month automation agency on this exact model. So where's the wall on n8n? It's the setup. You have to deploy it. You're managing a server, doing updates, handling off. If the word Docker makes you sweat, the cloud version exists, but then you're paying again, though still cheaper than Zapier. And the community is smaller, so when you Google an error at midnight, there are fewer answers waiting. Now the verdict, because that's what you came for. If you're non-technical and you need one automation live today, use Zapier. Pay the tax. Don't argue with it. If you want the best balance of power, price, and not managing servers, and that's most of you, use Make. Visual, cheap enough, handles real logic. This is the default answer for 2026. If you're technical, running high volume, or building this as a business, self-host n8n. Unlimited executions for the price of a sandwich. This is where the leverage actually lives. And here's the thing they all share. The tool was never the hard part. The hard part is knowing which automation is worth building. A bad workflow runs fast and wastes time at scale. Pick the process that's repetitive, rules-based, and currently eating your hours. That's your first build. Do this today. Take one task you did 3 times this week. Write down every step. That's your blueprint. Build it and make if you're starting fresh. Free tier, no credit card. Subscribe, because tomorrow I'm building a full lead gen agent in n8n from scratch, the exact workflow I sell to clients. And I'll give you the template to copy. You don't want to rebuild that from a description. See you then.